Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Tabiat mizaj ba khariyat. Me shari apne hisai ka diya jila rahi ho.
What if an entire nation's economy is threatened by a seemingly harmless act? Imagine streets lined not just with historic landmarks but with a burgeoning population whose primary occupation is begging. This is the stark reality facing Pakistan today, where begging has evolved from a mere act of need to a full-fledged professional endeavor. In the bustling cities of Pakistan, begging is no longer just a survival strategy for the few, but a chosen occupation for many. This transformation has profound implications not only for the economic fabric, but also for the moral and social frameworks of the society. Historically, in Islamic teachings, begging is reserved for those in dire need, those who cannot otherwise support themselves. However, in Pakistan, this concept has been twisted. Professional beggars often do not beg out of sheer necessity, but as a calculated economic activity. This misuse of a religious allowance disrupts the social balance and exploits the genuine compassion aimed at helping those truly in need. The economic impact of this shift is multifaceted. Firstly, it encourages a culture of dependency. When a significant portion of the population sees begging as an easy recourse, it disincentivizes work, particularly in the informal and lower wage sectors. This dependency syndrome trickles down, stalling the growth of small industries which are the backbone of any developing economy. Without the nourishment of these small industries, economic stagnation becomes inevitable. Moreover, the presence of professional beggars impacts tourism, a vital source of national revenue. Tourists, faced with constant solicitation, may carry away negative impressions, thus deterring future visits and tarnishing the country's international image. Interestingly, the issue of begging extends into the realms of security and governance. There have been instances where beggars are used by intelligence agencies for surveillance and information gathering, complicating efforts to regulate or mitigate begging practices. This dual use makes straightforward policy interventions tricky, as the line between security asset and economic liability blurs. Furthermore, the perversion of Islamic teachings in this context not only misleads the beggars themselves, but also misinforms the public about the true essence of charity in Islam. Instead of promoting self-reliance and dignity through work, the misinterpretation encourages a cycle of dependency and exploitation. To wrap up, the professionalization of begging in Pakistan is not just an economic issue, but a complex socio-religious challenge that requires urgent and thoughtful intervention. The government, along with community leaders, must work together to redefine the norms around begging, enforce stricter regulations, and provide viable alternatives to those who beg out of necessity. Only through concerted effort can the tide be turned against this tide of professional begging, thus revitalizing the nation's economy and restoring the dignity of its people.
Pak Ami Zindabad. Pakistan Paindabad.